Here I am again for our last stop of this road trip. When trying to reach a compromise, you can be confronted with several tricky situations. Our next expert, Miwa, will teach us how to deal with 3 specific situations.
Hi Oliver, welcome to Tokyo.
Hi Miwa, nice to meet you. Personally, I find it very difficult to cope with the no of a colleague. Do you have some tips on how to deal with this?
Of course I do. From the point of view of nonviolent communication, we see a no as a yes to something else. Let me give you an example. When you ask a colleague if he wants to help you with some extra work and his answer is no, this might be a yes to more rest or a yes to more time to take care of his family. Thus, it is important to find out someone's needs. You should never take someone's no personally.
That makes sense, but how do you find out what someone needs?
It is important to have empathy when you listen to the other person. And most of the time, it is enough to ask a simple question like, do you say no because you need more rest? To discover the other person's need. If you cannot find a way to fulfill the other person's need, it is best to seek someone else who can help you fulfill your own needs.
Thank you. I'm going to use this tip. I have another question. What if I want to say no to someone? I usually find this difficult because my parents always told me it was not nice to say no, and I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Follow me. I will explain it to you in the office. I completely understand your question. Most people find it difficult to say no. Like I said before, behind every no, a yes is hiding. So when you say no to someone, you just have to make clear what you are implicitly saying yes to. You should give your reasons for saying no and stating what you are saying yes to. By doing this, the other person will not take it personally. It is also very important to listen to what your colleagues have to say. There might be another solution that is in line with your needs.
Thank you, Miwa. I have already learned how to say no and how to deal with someone else's no. I have one last question. When reaching a compromise, you do not always obtain your favorite solution. How does nonviolent communication deal with this?
That's a good question, Oliver. In such a situation, human beings tend to blame themselves or others for not reaching the desired solution. As a result, both you and your interlocutor leave the conversation rather dissatisfied, and we want to avoid this kind of situations by all means. To avoid these kind of bad feelings, you have to acquire an important skill of nonviolent communication, namely, you have to be able to look forward to something without expecting that this desire is fulfilled immediately. This skill requires patience and self-control. You have to tolerate a little bit of dissatisfaction on one hand, but on the other hand, you have to hold on to the desire of achieving something valuable.
That's easier said than done, isn't it?
For some people, it might be. The answer lays in the ability to focus your attention on what you feel, and especially on what you need, without judging yourself or others for this.
I think I understand your explanation, but I'm afraid it will be difficult for me to apply this immediately. It will require some training.
Of course it will, but that is not a shame, Oliver. You can't instantly change what you feel, but if you succeed, you will benefit from it for the rest of your professional career, and even for the rest of your life.
Thanks for these useful tips and tricks, Miwa. This was a perfect ending to my trip.
It was a pleasure. I hope you will think of me every time you reach a compromise in your promising future. Good luck.
I certainly will, Miwa. See you!
Created using Powtoon.